in the infinite reaches of space that have long been a mystery to humanity, two astronauts venture out on their own. One on the icy, unforgiving terrains of Europa.
Day 463. There's saltwater wasteland of the moon. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be out here. I've gathered so much data, yet I've done nowhere in my research. The saltwater that hangs below the icy shell upon which I call home feels ever more depressing with this lack of life. There is so much to discover, but with the many problems yet to arise, I worry.
And the other on the barren, rocky surface of Mars.
Day 623. The chill of this planet makes me miss even the warmth of Antarctica. Life has been long gone from here, but maybe there still may be something left. The research has reached a dead end, and the dust storms are only making it worse. And yet, to think this planet was once like Earth gives me faith in the possibility of sustaining life as it once has. This is Project Command. Stand by power transfer. Time is X minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Every second I am expected to function on this godforsaken planet is another second I risk hypothermia. Yet Europa is one of the lesser evils in our solar system when it comes to icy and unforgiving moons. Like the largest moon of Jupiter, Ganymede, which has access to many useful things such as an atmosphere containing oxygen, a magnetic field, and a saltwater ocean, yet can get around 50 degrees Fahrenheit colder than Europa could ever dream of going. Or Ceres, which comes in as our only dwarf planet that has a chance of habitability, for its access to raw materials and a frozen ocean below surface, but it is also far, far below freezing, mirroring the cold of Europa. And Jupiter's moon, Callisto, is another part of the frozen gang with its subsurface icicle of an ocean, and yet managed to retain an atmosphere of hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. Aside from their charming and frost-inducing climates though, they're not really as habitable as Mars. This is Emilio, signing off. See you on the other side.
Hello from the other side. Okay, back to business. My sensor has begun to finally detect... Oh, what's wrong with my sensor? Okay, fixed it. The trace amounts of oxygen coming from the subsurface oceans, which is a great achievement, yet such a discovery comes at a price. With the release of oxygen comes the weakening of the 10 to 15 mile thick icy shell around this moon, which surprisingly isn't great. Oh, something similar was brought up in my research. In Saturn's sixth largest moon, Enceladus, while the moon is covered by a mostly frozen saltwater sea with hydrothermal vents and other organic molecules that were once purely hypothesized, the freezing cold of the surface and the boiling warmth of the internal heat adds to its surprisingly high likelihood of being habitated. Since the ocean was already found to be habitable through the Cassini aircraft, it's, believe it or not, pretty useful. On the opposite spectrum, Titan, Saturn's largest moon, has many different bodies of liquid in forms of rivers, lakes, and seas composed of methane and hydrocarbons, which is a very different kind of experience physically than the frozen water provided by Enceladus, which, although Titan doesn't seem to offer a whole lot, is still more habitable environment than that provided on Enceladus.
is, as I've seen, the most historically interesting planet within the solar system, with records of having the now cold and thin atmosphere, being covered in water, and being a very plausible source of life, like Earth. It will come with an underlying assumption that if it were able to support life found on Earth now, we can trust in Mars's capacity to support life. And as of this very second, it is the world's most likely second home within our solar system. Having any kind of access to water is definitely essential, though. Triton, the largest moon of Neptune, shows off in that region with its crust made of water and icy mantle. Though the water-rich moon loses me again with its nitrogen-spewing geysers, sadly, our inability to breathe in nitrogen is our deal breaker for this frozen moon. Imagine how much money we could get if we find life on this planet.
Money, huh? We're not gonna share that. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, my research partner has sadly passed away. However, I will still be continuing the research vlogs on her behalf. So, without further ado, the camera. The temperature here is not as cruel if you compare it to Venus. The close proximity to the sun, along with its blanket-like atmosphere and crushing pressures, makes the heat unbearable and inhospitable to humans. Yet, with an atmosphere rich with phosphine, which is made organically by life in oxygen-poor ecosystems, it is one of the more fascinating options. With Mars, although the temperature drops way lower than it does even in Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth, it is still manageable for me to continue my research. Also, since Mars' atmosphere is made of carbon dioxide, I'm able to convert the carbon dioxide to oxygen with a device that I designed, similar to what was mounted on the Sojourner rover all those years ago. With lack of breakthroughs, there isn't much left for me to do on this planet. Having no alternative places suitable enough that have proof of possible habitation, I may be forced to contact Mission Control and have them prep course for my return voyage.
Life! Microbial life on Mars! I found it! This is the most perfect proof I could have ever hoped for life on another planet. On this planet! If life can survive here, even though it's just a microbe, that means there's hope for humanity in the future.
Mars Hub 01 to command. The trial period for this mission has passed. You have yet to report anything essential. I'm lifting off in T-minus 3 seconds, heading back to Earth. See you soon.
7, 6,
Astronaut!
5,
No! Wait!
4,
We're not ready for you!
3,
System failure! I repeat,
1,
system failure!
0.
No. Okay. Put your laptop like this.
Put your laptop
Like vertical.
straight.
And then just prop.
No, vertical, completely 90 degrees.
What?
Perpendicular.
No.
What are you saying? This is perpendicular.
That.
This is suitable enough that have proof of possible habitation. Hold on, just cut it.
Really detect. Wait, sorry. Wait, I'm confused with this look.
Another second, I risk hypothermia.
Mars Hub 01 to command.
I'm sorry.
Right here, as you can see in the video,
Home within our solar system. Say kind of... Wait, hold on. I'm not supposed to say that.
Every second. Are you laughing? No.